Hey gang, we're going to talk to you today about the movie Crazed. Alright, what a great title, right? Crazed. Crazed is a cop revenge movie. It is way out there. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Joel D. Wynkoop is not the only horror person involved in this movie. Well, Kane Hodder also. So, you've got a little bit of horror family involved in this cop revenge action movie, and it is just fantastic, right? Because you know, you watch some of these movies like Lethal Weapon and Die Hard and all these other things, and you realize there's a lot of creative killing in it, there's a lot of violence, there's gore, there's blood. They're very much, you know, close relatives of some of our favorite horror movies. And so when you put that extra little horror kick to it, and the indies can do that, they can mix their genres up a little bit better, you get an action movie, you know, on acid. You get the hardcore version of it. I'm going to say that there's not a whole lot of you know, original motivation for the character. He is out to rescue his wife and get revenge for the death of his daughter. I don't think I'm giving anything away at the plot there. His nemesis is, you know, somebody he's known from the past who feels wronged him and is now trying to torture him, and it drives him crazy. And there's Crazed. There's some twists, there's some moments, there's definitely a decent amount of gore when they get to it. There's some amazing CG kind of comic booky stuff thrown in there to make this, I guess if it was a superhero movie, it would be closest to like the Punisher type of thing, right? Because he's not really super powered, he's just nuts and overly violent and very good at being violent, and so that's what makes our main character, you know, kind of superhero-ish. The cover art on Amazon, little tiny bit misleading, not really. It just, to me, it made it look too much like it was trying to be Suicide Squad, and it's nothing like that movie. So, you know, the clown girl on the cover is not misleading, just not featured as much as you would think for somebody who's on the cover, right? So, overall, action-packed, adrenaline-infused, wild ride of a movie. Will you find yourself zoning out every so often? Maybe. Is the hero particularly likable? He goes back and forth because, like, you know, he rescues people, but that's not really his main motivation. So occasionally, he'll be rude to people he's rescuing, and it's you can take it with humor or not. There are some disturbing scenes in it, for sure. There are scenes that are meant to be disturbing. But so, if you're triggered by scenes of men attacking women, then this is not a movie that you want to watch, right? If you can be disturbed by the scene and have that, you know, work as motivation for your hero, then this is a movie you can watch. So, you know, like it's, what am I thinking? Charles Bronson, right, in the Death Wish movies. Take that a little bit further, and you got this. If you've been enjoying Happy on Sci-Fi Channel, the one where he sees the imaginary horse, take the horse out and add drugs, and you can enjoy this movie. It's a really, what else can you say? The movie's Crazed, right? Joel D. Wynkoop turns in his usual amazing, over-the-top, hardcore performance. He is just, you know, he was the man for that role. There is a huge cast that you don't always expect from things like this. There are some gorgeous muscle cars in the movie. And definitely, like, I read one review where, you know, on IMDb I look at the reviews sometimes while I'm watching the movie, sometimes right after I watch the movie. And I read one reviewer who was like, you know, he checked out after 15 minutes. Don't check out after 15 minutes. Give the movie the time to grab you, tell you what's going on, and push you forwards. And if you do check out after 15 minutes, do me a favor and don't review the movie. I mean, come on. You're reviewing Act 1 of a movie, and you're leaving, you know, a number star-rated thing on either IMDb or Amazon, and the first thing you have to admit is that you only watch 15 minutes. But you know what? In the little stars that people actually see on their TV, you know, because you see the star rating, you don't see the actual reviews when you're going through your Roku or whatever. They don't know that your rating is based on 15 minutes of viewing a 90-minute movie. That's just, it's not fair to the filmmakers. It's not fair to other viewers, right? So I feel like if you're going to review a movie, put in the time to watch it. Like, even the Curse of the Headless Horseman that I gave that kind of review to that I said because I only watched 10 minutes of it, that was the second time that I watched it. I had already watched it once all the way through. And the only reason I didn't give a more thorough review based on the first viewing was because it was a long time ago and I couldn't remember all of it. All I did remember was, after the 10 minutes that I was sure that this was the same movie I watched that last time, was that last time I remembered I don't want to see this movie again. And for me to not want to see a movie about the Headless Horseman takes a lot. I love the Headless Horseman. I read the children's book version of it this year. I've got the full version of it for reading for Halloween. I love the Headless Horseman. I don't know why I'm obsessed with that character. I am. And yet so many of the movies about the character have just disappointed me. Maybe it's because he doesn't wind up with a pumpkin as his head. And maybe that's where Jack versus Lanterns, pumpkin over the head thing came from. I'm not going to say I don't know. That's where it came from. I'm sure that made an impression on me as a kid. But anyway, back to Crazed. If you've got it in you to ride along with a movie that's going to be crazy violent, loud, decent amount of nudity, it's decent an amount of nudity, a balanced amount of nudity. So nudity is not the driving force behind the movie. It is not the reason to see the movie. It's there when appropriate and used correctly. Not a movie to watch with kids in the room. Not a movie to watch with sensitive people in the room. But definitely a movie to watch if you're into that kind of thing. So there you go. Hopefully this is a fairly short review. If you've got Amazon Prime, that's where you can find it. I'm sure it's available in a few other places. If you don't have Amazon Prime, rent it, buy it, order a signed copy from somebody. There you go. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.